The concepts covered are: Introduction. Recall properties of addition and subtraction of integers, multiplication of integers, properties of multiplication of integers, division of integers, properties of division of integer. Numbers. A number is a mathematical object used to count, measure, and label. Natural numbers. The collection of all the counting numbers is called set of natural numbers. It is denoted by n equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole numbers. The collection of natural numbers along with 0 is called a set of whole numbers. It is denoted by w equals 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Integers. An integer is a whole number that can be positive, negative, or 0. Therefore, the numbers 10, 0, -25, 5, 1, 4 are all integers. Integers on number line. On the number line, for positive integers we move to the right from 0 and for negative integers move to the left of 0. Facts about how to adding and subtracting integers on the number line. If we add a positive integer, we go to the right. If we add a negative integer, we go to the left. If we subtract a positive integer, we go to the left. If we subtract a negative integer, we go to the right. Additive inverse of an integer. Additive inverse of an integer is a number which is of opposite sign and when added to the integer, gives 0. Example, the additive inverse of 5 is -5 and additive inverse of -5 is 5. Properties of addition and subtraction of integers. Closure under addition. In this property the sum of two integers must be an integer, then it will be closed under addition. Example. 2 plus 6 equals 8. 2 plus of -3 equals -1. -2 plus 3 equals 1. -2 plus -3 equals -5. The addition of two integers will always be an integer, hence integers are closed under addition. Generally, for any two integers p and q, p plus q is an integer. Closure under subtraction. If the difference between two integers is also an integer, then it is said to be closed under subtraction. Example. 8 minus 2 equals 6. 7 minus 2 equals 9. -7 minus 2 equals -9. -7 minus 2 equals -5. The subtraction of two integers will always be an integer, hence integers are closed under subtraction. Generally for any two integers p and q, p minus q is an integer. Commutative property. 1. If we change the order of the integers while adding, then also the result is the same, then it is said that addition is commutative for integers. For any two integers p and q, p plus q equals q plus p. Example, 23 plus -30 equals -7. -30 plus 23 equals -7. There is no difference in answer after changing the order of the numbers. 2. If we change the order of the integers while subtracting, then the result is not the same, so subtraction is not commutative for integers. For any two integers p and q, p minus q not equal to q minus p will not always equal. Example, 23 minus 30 equals 53. -30 minus 23 equals -53. Here the answer is different after changing the order of the numbers. Associative property. If we change the grouping of the integers while adding in case of more than two integers and the result is same, then we will call it that addition is associative for integers. For any three integers, p, q and r, p plus q plus r equals p plus q plus r. Example, if there are three integers 3, 4 and 1 and we change the grouping of numbers, then here, the result remains the same. Hence, addition is associative for integers. Additive identity. If we add 0 to an integer, we get the same integer as an answer. So 0 is an additive identity for integers. For any integer p, p plus 0 equals 0 plus p equals p. Example, 2 plus 0 equals 2. Minus 7 plus 0 equals minus 7. Multiplication of integers. Multiplication of two integers is the repeated addition. Example, 3 times minus 2 equals 3 times minus 2 equals minus 2 plus minus 2 plus minus 2 equals minus 6. 3 times 2 equals 3 times 2 equals 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. Multiplication of a positive integer and a negative integer. The product of two positive integers is a positive integer. The product of a positive and a negative integer is a negative integer. For two integers p and q, p times q equals p times q equals p times q equals pq. Multiplication of two negative integers. First multiply the two integers as a whole number and then put the positive sign before their product. Example, for two integers p and q. Minus p times minus q equals p times q. Product of three or more negative integers. The answer depends upon the number of negative integers. If we multiply three negative integers, then their product will be negative integer. Minus 2 times minus 7 times minus 20 equals minus 280. If we multiply four negative integers, then their product will be positive integer. Minus 3 times minus 5 times minus 10 times minus 2 equals 150. Properties of multiplication of integers. Closure under multiplication. In case of multiplication, the product of two integers is always integer, so integers are closed under multiplication. For all the integers p and q, p times q equals r, where r is an integer. Example, minus 10 times minus 3 equals 30. 12 times minus 4 equals minus 48. Commutativity of multiplication. If we change the order of the integers while multiplying, then also the result will remain the same. Then it is said that multiplication is commutative for integers. For any two integers p and q, p times q equals q times p. Example, 40 times minus 20 equals minus 800. Minus 40 times 20 equals minus 800. There is no difference in answer after changing the order of the numbers. Multiplication by zero. When we multiply an integer with 0, then the result will always be 0. For any integer p, p times 0 equals 0 times p equals 0. Example, 9 times 0 equals 0 times 9 equals 0. 0 times minus 15 equals 0. Multiplicative identity. When we multiply an integer with 1, then the result will always the same as the integer. For any integer q, q times 1 equals 1 times q equals q. Example, 31 times 1 equals 1 times 31 equals 31. 1 times minus 16 equals minus 16. Associative property. For every integer a, b and c, a plus b plus c equals a plus b plus c. Example, if there are three integers 2, 3 and 4 and we change the grouping of numbers, then distributive property. Distributivity of multiplication over addition. For any integers a, b and c, a times b plus c equals a times b plus a times c. Example, 35 times 10 plus 2 equals 35 times 10 plus 35 times 2 equals 350 plus 70 equals 420. Distributivity of multiplication over subtraction. For any integers a, b and c, a times b minus c equals a times b minus a times c. Division of integers. Division of a negative integer by a positive integer. We know that division is the inverse of multiplication. So, like multiplication, we can divide them as a whole number and then place a negative sign prior to the result. Hence the answer will be in the form of a negative integer. For any integers p and q, minus p divided by q equals p divided by minus q equals minus p divided by q, where q not equal to 0. Example: 64 divided by -8 equals -8. Division of two negative integers. We can divide two negative integers as a whole number and then put the positive sign before the result. The division of two negative integers will always be a positive integer. For two integers p and q, -p divided by -q equals -p divided by -q equals p divided by q, where q not equal to 0. Example: -10 divided by -2 equals 5.